转眼间，部落冲突已经经历了10年光辉。这个深受人们喜爱的游戏，10年的运营和迭代，背后又有怎样的黑科技呢？我们请到了 Supercell 的游戏数据科学家 Hotloo Xiranood， 给大家带来部落冲突的数据科学。部落10载，以数据支撑决策，打造可持续的游戏。
Hello, everybody. My name is Hotloo. Welcome to my talk, 10 Years of Clash, Building a Sustainable Game Business Through Data-Informed Decisions. First, on behalf of the Clash of Clans team, it's truly our honor to be here and present our games and some of our learning this far. Before diving into the details of the talk, I would like to introduce our company and the team that builds Clash of Clans, and then lastly, myself. Supercell is founded in 2010 in Finland. Our dream is to create great games that as many people as possible play for years and that are remembered forever. We're currently about 400 employees spanning 4 offices in Helsinki, Shanghai, Seoul, and San Francisco. So for the past decade, we have released 5 games globally. In Supercell, we strongly believe that the best team makes the best games. Currently, Clash of Clans team is about roughly 30 members. Among them, all game development such as game design, programming, server development, artists, QA, as well as operational functions such as community, esports, marketing, business operation, player support, and analytics are included. We all sit in the same space and discuss as a team how to improve the game together. At Supercell, game teams are ultimately responsible for all things their games related. We make decisions together as a team, and we generally believe that having a nimble and focused team, we're able to deliver best possible features and contents for our fans. We do not need to ask anyone for permission, and this actually enables us to have maximum focus on improving our game on a continuous basis. And this also enables us to make sure that each member is an invaluable part of this whole journey, and it gives everyone a real sense of ownership. And last but not least, we're extremely fortunate to have the world-class support from all our cross-functional teams in Supercell, such as player experience, tools and tech, services team, to name a few. And lastly, I would like to introduce myself. My name is, again, Hotloo, and working as a game data scientist in Clash of Clans. I'm from China, moved to Finland about 12 years ago for study. Before that, I graduated from Nanjing University and further pursued in the field in machine learning and data science master's degree in Aalto University, Finland. Data science has been an exciting field, and 2022 marks just a bit over 10 years working in this field of data science for me. Before joining Supercell, I was working as a data scientist in healthcare space, and later on, I returned to fundamental research in artificial intelligence and machine learning. I have been extremely passionate about using data to provide people with fresh insights and actions. And this passion has really kind of helped me to understand the impact of data. I joined Supercell in 2019 and worked in various different data initiatives. Currently, as a data scientist in Clash team, I'm helping various stakeholders such as business and operations lead on monetization strategy and game development teams on various game metrics and state of the game. And we even get to work with the game designers on game balancing. It's a lot of fun to work as a game data science in Supercell. So hopefully in this presentation, I can show some of the examples how data science work in Clash of Clans and how different functions actually work together and building a sustainable game business together. Clash of Clans is a genre-defining build and battle game launched in 2012. And this month, we are actually 10 years old. A super short introduction about Clash of Clans as a game. It's about build and battle. It's a build and battle game where you build your own villages shown on the right. You attack other people's villages and acquire the resources that you need and use them to build up your own villages and rinse and repeat. it has a very strong social connections through the clans. Shortly after joining the game, you can join a clan of like-minded players and fight together against other clans. It's a phenomenon at its day and continue to excite fans around the world. The game grew in more popularity in 2014 when the Clan Wars was introduced. Over the years, we have been extending the game, and in total, 6 Town Hall has been introduced, together with the original launch of 8. So in total, we have now 14 Town Halls. On the 10th year of this game, and for the next decade, we're extremely excited to continue to grow the game and bring new, innovative, and memorable features to the players. So in our mind, growing the game is about doing more for the players. Every game is different, and hence what doing more for the players is also different. So for us, it's about helping all our players, regardless of your play style, when you join, and which stage of the game you're in. To do that, we try to understand what our players are like and wish for, and try to bring new, innovative, memorable contents. With the periodic release contents, we also strive to balance it with a sustainable progression for all our players. There is something for everyone. Ultimately, we would like everyone has an awesome progress through the Clash journey. So on the right, we have the Clash builder in the game. I often think of ourselves as the builder who are always excited to do more for our players. And in this presentation, I would like to dive a bit deeper in the progression aspects of Clash of Clans and how this is the backbone of our philosophy of helping players succeed in their Clash journey. From a game development / operation / analytics perspective, one of the key is to ensure players are progressing in building their villages. It's one thing that brings all Clash players together, that is building the village. Building the village means progression of everyone, and Clash Wars continue to evolve together. To illustrate this point, I'd like to show over how all our players have joined higher Town Hall over the time. In this animated chart, as you see in front of you, we illustrate over time the proportional share of daily active users in different town halls, starting from 2015 all the way to 2021. Each bar in this plot represents a proportion of daily active users on a given day, and accesses represents the town halls the player is at. There are a couple of interesting things about this animation. First of all, it's a daily snapshot of our normalized DAU from 2015 to 2021, so it's a long-term trend. You can see on a given day, our players are spaced into multiple town halls, and their needs are all different. Over the years, we have been adding new town halls, 11, 12, 13, and latest one, 14. One of the key observations is that the median town hall level where our players are currently playing has shifted multiple town halls, and currently is sitting at Town Hall 11. Previously, it has been Town Hall 9 or even lower. Also, we're happy to see players enjoy new Town Hall contents, and there's enough population in top Town Halls over the years. And we would love all our players to move to the high Town Hall. In this way, the players are able to enjoy 10-year worth of contents and join the journey. But in day-to-day operation, from a data scientist perspective, from my perspective, how do we know if we're able to help our players? How do we know what we're doing matters to our players? In the following slides, I would like to bring a data scientist perspective to this and dive deeper in different areas we have put our effort in. In our experience, since our players are so vastly different and diverse, it's important that we tailor our effort to different groups of players by their stage in the game. So let's start from the beginning. It's exciting to join Clash. New Clashers are joining the journey every day, and many of them are experiencing Clash for the first time. Through each town hall, different key mechanics are presented, and player will upgrade their villages to Town Hall 7 in no time. Through this, they learn the game, how the game is played, what the game is about, and the essence of the game. Town Hall 7 unlocks the first hero of the game, Barbarian King, and I still remember me getting my first heroes in Clash of Clans, and it's really, really fun. In Town Hall 8 to Town Hall 12, things get interesting even more, and there are even more fun things to do in Clash. This is where our second group, mid-Town Hall players, are at. This group of players are from Town Hall 8 to Town Hall 12. It's a relatively dynamic group, depending on the cadence we add new contents, as well as how fast the players are learning the game. Historically, it can be a different range. Nonetheless, the group of players are relatively new to the game or just return to the game with some breaks. What unites them is that they strive to reach high Town Hall in near future to join their peers. Just to name a few things that unlocks the mid Town Hall range, for instance, the Archer Queen, Eagle Artillery, Grand Warden. Also, it's super cool to see the distinct visuals in each Town Hall, in mid Town Hall range. They look great. And lastly, our most dedicated and loyal fans are in high Town Hall groups. They are with us from the day one for the past decade, and they are the expert of this game and this community. We would like to provide more new, innovative, and memorable experience that no one has ever played in Clash on a regular basis. This ensures that there's always something exciting and new goals to chase in this game. Adding new content extends Clash of Clans universe with new troops, new buildings, and new mechanics, and new levels of buildings, and so on and so forth. With this introduction, of course, new meta will form so our players can explore ever-changing Clash world together. So let's see how Town Hall 14 looks like. Introducing Town Hall 14. This is a Town Hall. It is visually distinct, beautiful, yet familiar to all our Clashers. It's packed with loads of new contents, mechanic, as well as troops and buildings. And the Town Hall itself has a jungle theme, and it is distinctively beautiful. So this is a picture of fully maxed out Town Hall 14 home village. Every new Town Hall has its own distinct look, and it is very, very easily recognizable. With this new mechanic, buildings, as well as troops, our beloved player can experience a new extension of the game on its own pace. Here, the new village is surrounded by green nature, and my personal favorites is the nicely decorated Town Hall with forests in them. It feels just like home. It's beautiful. And here are some of the illustrations of the newly introduced troops and buildings and defenses. Here you have on the left, the hero pass that augments how player would use their heroes. They're game changers. New super troops such as Super Dragon, which again changes the top meta for the top players and the esports scenes. They look amazing. With a new Town Hall, it also comes with new Town Hall defenses. They also change how players attack each other, and its effect will made actually some of the old ring bases again popular. The meta has changed dramatically. This is the magic of new Town Hall. It makes the game more fun and more exciting for our high-level players and continue to excite the whole community for years to come. But then, from the analytics perspective, how do we know if our players are enjoying the game? Now, let's get back to the analyst lens. And how do we measure and ensure our players are enjoying the content as much as possible? And we would like to find something that is very simple to understand, yet actionable KPIs. On this point, one of the key metrics to understand that we look at is the overall growth of top Town Hall population, and particularly the active ones, and its comparable growth rate to its previous Town Hall cycle. So here in this chart, on x-axis, we have the number of days since a new Town Hall is released. Here you have from day 0 all the way to day 150. And y-axis is the number of active players on top Town Hall. The shape of this curve is very interesting. Upon release of new Town Hall, a large group of players will join the new content utilizing magic item in the game immediately to join the fun. Then the second bump comes roughly 30 days later as other groups of players catch up. This process continues for months to come, and this is important because we're making sure the content is accessible to everyone. So from a population size and growth trajectory, we're asking ourselves, are enough players excited about the new updates that we put out there? If yes, how should we look into the future? If not, where is the bottleneck? With quarterly updates, we also bring extra content for each major town hall updates. So one may ask, how big is your update? One of the natural things to happen when releasing new contents to the main village is that there's an end to it. The end of content is very, very natural. To this end, we actually measure how many percentages of our player actually reach end of content. With finite amount of content, some of our most loyal fans will finish them, and they're really, really proud of it. However, there's a balancing act between how long we will wait before we introduce a new major content update for the new town hall before the game becomes too stale versus the town hall release is too frequent and it loses its excitement around it. With these two measures, it forms our basic understanding of where our high town hall players are going and where and how we shall help them. Now, let's turn to the mid town hall group. These players are relatively new to the game or who just recently returned to the game after some break. They are the bulk of our player base on a given day, and it's crucial that we improve their game experiences on a continuous basis. As we add more content to our game, we have kept one thing relatively constant: the total amount of time to finish the game. From the beginning, you install the game, to the end, you finish the game. This is a rough estimate that we have here, but the goal is not to lengthen the time it takes to finish all the content, but rather speed up mid-town hall progress with the same amount of engagement. Some of the changes we have made to this group of players is, first of all, game balance changes to improve the overall gaming experience. And second, resource and time cost reduction in various parts of the game, and then align the time it takes to finish the game. And lastly, introduce new game mechanics that creates meaningful connection from the high town hall players to the mid town hall players. In this case, we introduced Siege Machine in Town Hall 12, and mid town hall players can actually get Siege Machine through a clan donation in multiplayer. It's such a game changer for mid town hall players being able to experience the high town hall experience through the clan members and then the social connections around it. With all this action, we're trying to do one thing, is to help our mid town hall players to progress faster to high town hall to join their beloved clanmates. Again, coming back to analyst lens, we would like to make sure that our players are learning the game, having better understanding and better experience of the game. There are many different metrics we track, such as the velocity, how many players are joining mid-town hall, the population size in mid-town hall, etc., etc. Besides this, I would like to demonstrate here a very basic but very close to the player metric that we track: the attack success rate among mid-town hall players. This is an aggregate measure that shows if players are having a lot of fun when attacking. Just to go through the graph, y-axis here is a difficult level of play, multiplayer battle in the range between Town Hall 9 and Town Hall 11 in its own different colors. And then x-axis is the time. And clearly over time, all the graph has been going up in a step change manner. So clearly over time, it has been so that our fans are able to master the strategy better, and with better attack, it also means that players are having easier time collecting resources, hence improving their progression to higher town halls. With these basic metrics, again, we're able to see from the game side if the player is able to have sufficient resources and time to push forward to join their peers. And our game is joined by new clashers every day. Welcome to Clash of Clans. They're extremely important to us and Clash community. 10 years have gone by, and it's now more important than ever to improve our first-time player experience. For our new players, it's all about learning what the game is all about, learning how to play and understand the essence of the game, build and battle. We have been trying to build upon that and have better hand-holding at the beginning with starter challenges to boost their experience and also help with their progressions. And this way, we try our best to give them the best possible experience for our new players to join the Mid-Town Hall in no time. Starter Challenge is designed to help the new player understand the new additional resources and different new mechanics in the game. And apart from the traditional metric that we look into, we also are looking into the progress of our new players. Yes, as I said in the previous slide, we track our new players' retention and engagement metrics. But one thing that I would like to highlight is actually how effective we are at able to help our new players reach their goals of becoming a Mid-Town Hall players, while making sure they have all the help they need to learn the game. So 10-year-old game comes with lots of fun things, but also it requires quite a bit of help to figure out what's the most relevant things to learn. So in this chart, you can see the overall effect of various measurements to improve the early game experience. With the same amount of wall clock time, about 45 days in this chart, more players are able to reach Mid-Town Halls to learn more details about the game, and this ensures their journey is full of exciting new things. Within a year or so, we have tripled the efficiency of helping our players reaching higher levels in their journey. So let's resume and put things together. First, we have the group of players who are just starting the game. They're getting better and learning how the game works. Second, we have the Mid-Town Hall players who are progressing faster with the help of game balance changes, as well as help from High-Town Hall players and new game mechanics. And lastly, our hardcore fans, we strive to provide always new fun contents to pursue for them. Okay, together with this, we complete the progression backbone through making sure all players are progressing through the class journey. All three groups merge to the right direction for long-term success. Success for us means that all our players are progressing towards a higher town hall together in this class journey. Data is an integral part of how we operate our game. It gives us a unique opportunity to think from a player's point of view, how best we can help them, and where the game is not working so well and where the game is working well. And at this point, I would like to take a step back and talk why we use data. One of the key observations that we have is that the game has grown as well as the community. In very, very concrete example, the game was launched in 2012, and we have added many new town halls, and the game has grown to be more fun and have more contents. So this is a great thing. However, it also means the game is more complex and it's hard to comprehend the full dynamic of the game without distilling and really understand the game. This is why we use data to distill the essence of the game, make it easy to understand both for our players as well as for us. Therefore, for us building a sustainable game business, it's important for us to use simple metrics to help understand the essence of the game and build upon those. This leads back to the data culture at Supercell, is that we use data to enable our continuous improvement of our games, as well as empower ourselves with actionable insight that makes scalable impacts. Lastly, it's truly exciting to work in Clash of Clans and having the opportunity to contribute to such a lovely community. For us at Clash of Clans team, we are sitting together as a group in vastly different disciplines and share the love of Clash. In our team, it's fascinating to have team members who have started the Clash journey since day one of the game launch in 2012, all the way to new members who have just started their journey when they joined the team. When we get to work together every day, we genuinely care for the game and think, how should we make sure our players are having the best possible experience in our game? What should we do to bring more fun content for them? We fully focus on the players, and we believe the success will follow. Finally, I would like to mention again the dream of ours. That is, we're here to make great games that as many people as possible will play for years and that are remembered forever. Clash of Clans is an old game, yet new and fresh contents are added constantly. And we strive to provide something for every player in the game, as well as ensure that new clans are more than excited to join the journey in the future. Until next time, clash on. Okay, so the question is, Supercell teams are known for small and independent teams. Have we met any challenges on production capacity and team pressure with such small teams? Certainly there are times with such small team for such a big game where it has been difficult to do everything that we wanted, with the pace and with the speed that we wanted it to be. However, to be honest, we still feel overall that keeping the team as small as possible is beneficial to the players and the game. Let me explain. So by only being able to focus on the most important things in our work, it means that we keep the game focused for our players too. One danger of a very large team is that there is an overwhelming number of features and changes in all different aspects of the game. In this case, the experience for players can become confusing as they are not sure what part of the game is more important than the other and where to spend their time on. It is also much easier to coordinate, agreeing on actions when the team is relatively small. We're still small enough that we can, meet together, meet each other, and then reach a decision and agreement relatively easy and together as a team. So everyone understands the importance and purpose of different actions and different decisions. And in larger teams, this gets a bit more difficult. And as a consequences, it is actually hard for people to make sure that their work is as effective as possible. Of course, I think this is important bit is, of course, our goal is not to be artificially small in terms of team sizes, but it is about being as small as possible for our ambitions for the game, ambition of the growth for the game. Over time, we have grown the team sizes as we have been thinking of doing more for our players, and that the team size has grown a bit. Have you ever made compromise or adjustment to meet KPI or targets? So KPI or target is a great way to align and commit as a team for the next steps we take for our game. A great KPI should be those ones that are simple and easy to understand and hard to get biased. I'll come back to my talk's thesis and say that we try to make decisions in such a way that it will help our players the most and make more sense in the long run. And this way we put our players first and see what will make sense for them in the long run. So for us, our long-term commitment and target is to make Clash better every day, and I would like to make it in such a way that it is sustainable in the long run. Sometimes we do make short-term compromises, but it's rarely because it's about to meet some certain KPIs, but it's because we know that by doing that, we can actually make Clash even better in the long run. As Clash of Clans have been operating for 10 years, what are some of the difficulties on the progression design type of thing? There are lots of challenges, as always, when we operate a game like Clash of Clans. And I think there was a period where after the release of Town Hall 11, where in hindsight, the team was relatively conservative about the speed of progression. But I think at that time, it was not fully realized nor 100% clear the importance of progression by then, even for many of us. This led to players progression quite slowly and to some like feeling like it would be actually better to maximize the progression in single town hall rather than to upgrade to the next one to enjoy the next town hall's content. This is actually very, very unhealthy for a game where most of the funds are actually coming from getting stronger and unlocking new things to play with, et cetera, et cetera. So I think after some time and discussion analysis, I think the team decided to accelerate the speed of progression by adding magic items a couple of years back, and then implementing some of the drastic changes, cuts to the upgrade costs and times to the earlier levels. Those have had very, very positive impact, and we began to treat this progression metrics that I discussed in this presentation as a key metric to keep track of. And that is the end of the answer. Thank you.